just a dinner, or the end of a peaceful night? Have you ever been startled in the middle of the night because your heart is pounding and you don't understand why? Have you ever woken up feeling restless, or sweating down the back of your shirt, but thought it was just the weather? We often talk about medicine, exercise regimes, and proper rest for the elderly, but we forget one very simple but extremely important thing: what to eat before bed. Not everyone knows that just a glass of milk, a piece of chocolate, or a small packet of noodles can also become a silent culprit, causing sleep disruption and the heart having to work twice as hard when it should be resting. There is an uncomfortable truth. After age 60, our bodies no longer react as flexibly as they did when we were young. Once harmless foods can now become a burden on the heart, liver, and nervous system, especially at night. And if you ever think, I eat a little, it should be okay, then this video is for you. We will explore together 10 seemingly harmless eating mistakes before bed, but actually it is the hidden enemy of the heart and sleep of the elderly. Not to fear, but to understand. Not to ban, but to know how to make changes gently, smartly, and easily apply in everyday life. Let's start with the seemingly sweetest mistake, but can easily ruin a peaceful night: fruit after 8 p.m. 1. Sweet but risky. Fruit after 8 p.m., seemingly good but full of pitfalls. It sounds paradoxical. Fruit, something so healthy, why is it dangerous at night? But the truth is, not all times are suitable to eat fruit, especially after age 60. When you eat a ripe mango or a few segments of sweet durian at 9 p.m., your body, seemingly provided with vitamins, is having to process a large amount of natural sugar. Fructose, the sugar found in fruit, although natural, still causes blood sugar spikes. From their force, the pancreas must secrete insulin continuously, even when you're getting ready for bed. And that's not all. Acid-rich fruits such as oranges, pineapples, grapefruits. It can also cause gastric reflux if you eat on an empty stomach or right before bed. But you already know, for the elderly, even a small bout of reflux can cause chest tightness, difficulty breathing, and disrupt sleep all night. A 2021 Japanese study has shown that elderly people eat fruits high in sugar after 8 p.m. heart rate up to 12% higher than normal in the first 3 hours of sleep, a number enough to affect the quality of rest. I once witnessed my grandmother, who had a habit of eating a few slices of watermelon every summer night, suddenly had constant insomnia. After stopping that habit, her sleep returned to normal. Turns out, that cool thing is not suitable for the biological rhythm of old age. If you crave sweetness at night, choose it a handful of nuts, a glass of warm almond milk, or soothing herbal tea like chamomile. Don't let a seemingly good habit accidentally make your heart stay up with you all night. And next, a food that seems harmless because it's white and light, but is actually a silent killer of the elderly's heart. Come to part 2, the white trap: white noodles, white rice, and restless sleep. Have you ever wondered, why do I eat very lightly at night? Only a little white rice or a small bowl of noodles, but still don't sleep well? It sounds ridiculous, but white starches such as white rice, white bread, vermicelli noodles are the hidden culprits destroying the sleep of many elderly people every night. White rice looks light at first, but is a type of starch that has been thoroughly refined, with almost no fiber left. When it enters the body, it is converted very quickly into glucose, causing blood sugar to rise suddenly, then drop shortly afterwards. And this roller coaster-like up and down is what causes it the hormones insulin and cortisol work continuously, disrupting the endocrine balance, which is very fragile in the elderly. According to a 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older people who eat a menu high in refined starches in the evening are at risk 31% higher insomnia, compared to the group eating complex starches such as brown rice or whole grains. I still remember my neighbor Uncle 2, a person who is always confident that he eats very clean. Every night, he only eats a bowl of instant noodles with an egg. But he's also the one who often says that, at night I lie back and forth until 2 a.m. before I can fall asleep. After switching to brown rice and steamed vegetables, my sleep improved clearly after just a few days. We don't need to cut out carbs, but let's choose the right type at the right time. Brown rice, sweet potatoes, and oats are smart choices that help stabilize blood sugar and gently put you to sleep. And soon, There is a luxurious black candy that many people love and is quietly stimulates the heart to beat rapidly throughout the night. Let's explore part 3, the chocolate trap, when even a small bar of chocolate can ruin your sleep. Have you ever enjoyed a cake or glass of bottled juice in the evening and then couldn't sleep? It seems small, but it is the reason why millions of older people have insomnia without even knowing it. Refined sugar causes blood sugar levels to spike in a short period of time, stimulating the pancreas to continuously release insulin. Result? Heart rate increases, the body wakes up the nervous system instead of letting it rest. A study from the American Heart Association showed that people who consume a lot of sugar at night have a 35% higher risk of heart palpitations at night, especially in people over 65 years old, when the ability to regulate blood sugar has weakened significantly. I once met a lady in Houston who every night had the habit of comforting herself with a piece of homemade sponge cake. Uncle said, "Just a small piece." But it was only when he recorded his sleep with a smartwatch that he was startled to see his heart beating 90 to 100 beats/minute all night long. The solution is not necessarily to remove it completely. You can switch to fresh fruit, or if you crave something sweet, eat it during the day when it's easier for your body to process. And now, let's come to another unexpected culprit, seemingly good but counterproductive at night: milk. 4. Dairy dreams or nightmares. Milk, companion or culprit of sleep. Since ancient times, many people believe that drinking milk helps sleep. But for older people, things are not so simple. Cow's milk contains lactose, a type of milk sugar, and casein, an indigestible protein. In the elderly, the enzyme that digests lactose often declines, making milk no longer as pleasant as we think. The result is bloating, reflux, heart palpitations, and even prolonged insomnia without understanding why. A study in Japan showed that 48% of people over 65 years old had digestive problems when consuming milk before bed, leading to disrupted sleep. I once met a 70-year-old uncle who loved drinking warm milk every night. But every time he drank it, that night he had difficulty breathing, had slight chest tightness, and had to sit up and breathe for a while before he could go back to sleep. When you switch to nut milk, like unsweetened almond milk, all symptoms disappear. So, don't rush to believe the advertisements that milk helps you sleep well. Listen to your body. If you experience bloating, belching, or insomnia after drinking milk, it may be time to switch to lactose-free milk or gentler plant-based milks. Now, we come to another cause, familiar but few people expect the level of impact: foods high in animal fats. 5. Fatty foods, sleepless nights. Fatty foods and the risk of heart palpitations during the night. Have you ever found yourself tossing and turning all night after a cheese or pizza dinner? It's not a coincidence. Animal fats, from bacon, sausages to whole cheese, are heavy hitters for the digestive system. The elderly body takes twice as long to digest saturated fat, and this forces the liver and heart to work harder, right when they should be resting. Not to mention, this process also disrupts your circadian rhythm, making it difficult for you to fall asleep and easily wake up in the middle of the night with a feeling of heaviness in your stomach or even palpitations in your chest. I still clearly remember the story of a guy in San Diego. Every time he had cheese pizza for dinner, it was like that night he had to put his pillow up high and sit up to breathe because of bloating and chest tightness. Only when the doctor advised changing to a light dinner with salad, grilled fish, and removing cheese from the night menu did his sleep return to the way it was before. This doesn't mean saying goodbye to your favorite foods completely. But if you want to sleep well and protect your heart, choose reduced fat cheese, avocados, and olive oil, and eat them during the day. Trust me, your body will thank you for it. And now, another hidden person also causes many sleepless nights: caffeine after sunset. 6. Caffeine after sunset. It's not just coffee that causes insomnia. Many elderly people tell me, "I don't drink coffee at night, but still have trouble sleeping." But you know, caffeine isn't just in a cup of coffee. It's also hidden in black tea, soda, chocolate, and even some popular pain relievers. Young people's bodies can eliminate caffeine within 5 hours. But according to research from Stanford University, elderly people need up to 10 hours. This means that if you drink black tea at 5 p.m., at 3 a.m. the caffeine will still affect your nerves and heart rate. And don't be fooled into thinking, how about just a small cup? With the more sensitive nervous system of the elderly, even a small amount can cause heart palpitations, difficulty sleeping, or waking up in the middle of the night for unknown reasons. Solution? It's simple. Try caffeine-free teas like chamomile tea, peppermint tea, or warm water with honey. Not only does it help you sleep easily, but it also brings a gentle feeling of relaxation before going to bed. But there is another familiar dish that is silently ruining sleep that few people pay attention to: red meat. 7. Heavy meats, heavy heart, red meat, and restless nights. It's just a piece of steak. Why couldn't I sleep last night? This question is no longer strange to many older people. And the truth is, red meat, although delicious and rich in protein, can be a silent culprit causing insomnia that few people realize. Beef, pork, contain high levels of saturated fat, which is difficult to digest, especially at night when the digestive system slows down. Not only does it make the stomach sluggish, it also increases the hormone cortisol, a stress hormone, making the body alert instead of relaxing. A study from Harvard University showed that people who eat red meat in the evening have a 22% decrease in sleep quality compared to people who eat lighter meals. I once helped a man in San Diego keep a food and sleep diary for 2 weeks. The result is very clear. Every day I eat grilled meat or braised beef in the evening. It's like I didn't sleep deeply that night or woke up in the middle of it. When you change to eating steamed chicken breast or grilled salmon, your sleep improves clearly. This doesn't mean abstaining from red meat, but rather reduce frequency in the evening to 1 to 2 times/week and prioritize lighter protein sources like fish, chicken, tofu, or lentils. Both good for the heart and easier to sleep. Next, let's talk about a habit that seems simple but is silently destroying the heart at night. Eat at night after 9 o'clock. 8. The midnight snack mistake, night eating habits and hidden dangers. I know it's late, but how can I sleep on an empty stomach? Sound familiar? Many older people think the same way and carelessly eat a little extra rice, a piece of cake, even instant noodles before going to bed. But this habit, if repeated regularly, can silently sabotage your heart rate and sleep. When eating after 9 p.m., the body is forced to increase insulin production to digest food. This entails hormones cortisol, stress, also increases, making it difficult to stabilize heart rate and disturb sleep. Not to mention, stomach activity when you lie down can cause acid reflux, causing chest tightness or difficulty breathing, especially for older people. A word study Mayo Clinic pointed out that people who have the habit of eating after 9 p.m. have 25% higher risk of heart disease compared to people who eat earlier. This number is not small and is even more worrying for elderly people with underlying cardiovascular diseases. I once knew an old woman in Houston. Every time she ate sticky rice or bread late, she would feel bloated that night and couldn't sleep until 2 to 3 a.m. After switching to drink warm water mixed with turmeric or eat one boiled egg if you're too hungry, things will be different. The old lady slept more deeply and no longer had chest discomfort. The lesson is, if you're hungry, you can eat, but choose the right one. Light, easy to digest, not too sugary or greasy. Stay away from foods that cause turmoil in your stomach and keep your heart awake along with your stomach. And now, let's discuss a seemingly insignificant habit, but it affects survival: not drinking enough water before going to bed. 9. Dehydration danger. Not drinking enough water before bed is also a dangerous cause. Well, I don't dare drink water at night. I'm afraid I'll have to pee all night. It sounds reasonable, but you know what? Fasting at night, there is a hidden but serious risk. Blood is concentrated, the heart works harder and increases the risk of thrombosis, even stroke while sleeping. Your heart needs more than just blood. It is thin blood, good circulation to transport oxygen throughout the body. When lacking water, blood viscosity increases, causing the heart to contract harder to push blood. This, for older people with narrow or atherosclerotic blood vessels, is a huge burden. A study in the U.S. found more than 60% of elderly people do not drink enough water before going to bed, mostly because of concerns about nocturia. But this convenience causes the body to silently lack water for 6 to 8 hours at night, leading to the risk of thrombosis is higher the morning after. I remember an elderly man who was very careful and stopped drinking water completely at 6 p.m. But after waking up one night feeling dizzy, he went to the doctor and discovered that his blood pressure had suddenly increased due to lack of blood water. From then on, I changed. Drink a small cup of warm water at 8 p.m. and elevate pillows when sleeping to reduce pressure on the bladder. Result? Sleep deeper while still avoiding the risk of nocturia. So, don't break ties with water just because you're afraid of trouble. Your body needs comprehensive care day and night. Learn how balance, rather than eliminating unnecessary behavior altogether. And finally, there is a mistake that many people often ignore. It seems to have nothing to do with eating, but it has a huge impact on sleep. Ignore your body's signals for help. 10. Final mistake. Ignoring the body's signals. Listen to your body while sleeping. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling heart beating erratically, sweat broke out, or shortness of breath but thought, maybe I'm just too worried, it will pass? These are warning signs that your body sends out, can be the first signs of serious cardiovascular problems. Don't ignore it. Don't think it's just a passing pain or an unreasonable feeling of anxiety. Especially for older people, these signs can be red alert. Listen to the story of Ms. Liu, 72 years old, living in Texas. One night, she woke up with a feeling an uneasy thrill in the heart and felt cold and sweaty. That feeling was not like usual. She decided to go see a doctor. As a result, she discovered she had atrial fibrillation, a cardiovascular disease that can cause a stroke. If she doesn't pay attention and get examined promptly, the situation could get much worse. The lesson here is, never underestimate the strange feeling, even the smallest one. That could be a life-saving signal from your body. When you feel something is not right, find a way to listen and react promptly. Don't let these signs be ignored. Don't let your daily habits ruin your sleep and heart health. Through the seemingly harmless eating habits that we often have, we see that sleep and heart health is closely related to what we eat and drink at night. Small changes in your diet, choosing the right foods, and listening to your body will help you have better nights of sleep and best protect your heart health. Key here, it is not simply about avoiding foods that can be harmful, but also about learning how to take care of yourself from small actions every day. Let's listen to your body, choose smart food, and improve eating habits for a deep sleep and a healthy heart. If you found this video helpful, don't forget like, share, and subscribe to receive more information on how to take care of your health comprehensively and effectively. Wishing you a good night's sleep and a healthy heart.